mid 40s, late 40s would be great. But yeah. So I wasn't at earlier, but now like I can kind of stomach it and be like, all right, like I'm getting exposure at this price. Why not? Um,
Right.
but all right, well, there's those two backs. But we also had this, or like I put this thing in here. About Dalvin Cook's new teammate Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave, and we'll probably touch this in our mock, but in case we don't, like, I just want to get this like point out real quick is Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave are just about the same in like value and talent and like all that stuff, but be it very clear, like Garrett Wilson is in a much better situation for this year. Like I think there should be at least a round of discrepancy between these guys in ADP, but like so often it's like Garrett Wilson is picked 15, 16, and like Olave is 22 or 23 or like 20, and I just don't think that's quite a big enough difference. And like Derek Carr has been shown to like lock in on one target, like Devontae Adams last year getting a career high in target share, or in targets, I think 180 for him.
Hmm.
But I mean, you want to talk about Devontae Adams? The new Devontae Adams for Aaron Rodgers is gonna be freaking Garrett Wilson, and he's gonna return for a first round value. Probably for the years that he's with Aaron Rodgers, especially if he locks him like he is a true like number one target. And it's like if they're the same player, but one of them has Derek Carr and one of them has Aaron Rodgers, it's like their ADP should be a little more like that. For this year, I mean, in Dynasty it's a different story, but um, especially this year, I just think Garrett Wilson should be significantly higher than Chris Olave in ranks. And I still like Chris Olave, but it's like, come on now. So
I love Chris Olave. I think he makes a great like early third round pick.
mhm,
Um, but my expectations aren't as high as some other people I've seen. Garrett Wilson, I think, has a much higher ceiling this year. Like you said, I agree with that because there's things that I worry about for Chris Olave, like one, the scheme for the Saints being like run first, defense first, passing last. Um, they are playing. They have like a very favorable schedule, so they could jump out to leads and run the ball even more.
mhm,
Um, I think Olave will be able to do well with what he's given. I just worry about the volume.
mhm.
He had a lot last year. I think what he had 130 targets or so.
Something like that,
Um,
yeah.
I
Man,
think I
he was
think that might
dominating
go
last year.
down. I think that might go down.
Really,
Yeah.
man. I think I don't know if that's gonna go down. I think I'm probably a little more bullish on Olave, but you talked me out of, or like you like in real life like actionable trades like talking me out of selling him, or like talking me into like selling him, and like I still don't regret that because I thought he was a little bit like overvalued because especially like this year. But
For what you
like
got,
yeah, I mean for sure, right? That's like I feel like that's great value. But I mean Chris Olave, the one thing that like did make me like kind of like more like willing to draft him this year, like at his price or like a little bit like past it, was that Derek Carr gave Devontae Adams so many targets last year. Like that's kind of like a like maybe he'll like lock in here, but I mean like either way, it's two great players, but um, I'm glad we're kind of in locksteps there.
I
Um,
don't know. It's tough. I mean, Juwan Johnson has been coming on strong. Like, who's to say he doesn't eat it away enough at Olave? I mean, we've seen Derek Carr choose tight end first when he had Waller, and he
mhm,
was a big enough target. And I think that I don't know. I am not sold that Olave is the right fit for um, Carr. I mean, Olave is a great route runner. I think he's a great player. I just worry about a lot of things,
mhm.
and I think that while he is a good third round pick, there is certainly for me there's a lot of concerns, and I will want to back him up with more wide receivers.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Um, so I guess the natural segue past that is our agreement that uh